What's going on, guys? It's your boy the GCC, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the top 3 Clone Wars sets that LEGO needs to make. If you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. Now let's get into our first set. Alright guys, the first set that we're going to be talking about today is the YWing bomber. Now obviously this is in a different color scheme, which I really like. I definitely think it's very different than the yellow and white version that we all are used to and that we all know. And I kind of like the red version. This is like from the Battle of Malice there, I want to say, with like the Dugs and the Zillo Beast and stuff like that. I love that arc in the Clone Wars. Definitely go check it out. The minifigure selection looks pretty decent. Of course, it looks like you would get an Anakin Skywalker minifigure, as we've seen, plenty of times. An updated clone pilot, which would be pretty nice. A Dug Warrior. I'm pretty sure the last one that we had was Sebulba, I want to say back in like 2011 or 2012. It's definitely been a while since we've had like a Dug minifigure. And then, of course, a couple of B1 battle droids, but I would love to see a couple of B2 battle droids thrown in there. It also looks like you would get a crab droid, which would be awesome to have. Obviously, we did not get that in the 2022 ATTE, which was highly disappointing, but I would love to see the crab droid in this set. And of course, it'd be nice to have some separatist opposition to the YWing. The YWing itself, as we talked about with the colors, it looks amazing. Of course, you would have your cockpit space for your clone pilots. Of course, it looks like you would get 2 clone pilots, so they could easily fit in there. I'm surprised you wouldn't get an astromech droid in the set, because I know the YWings do have a place for the astromech droid, but maybe if LEGO were actually releases, they would include like R2-D2 or some random astromech droid that we've never seen before, something like that. I'm assuming you would have some stud shooters and some sprig-loaded missiles, pretty standard for LEGO Star Wars ships. But I definitely love the colors of this YWing, and I definitely think we need an updated Clone Wars YWing. I feel like we haven't had one, I guess, since like 2009. Has it been really that long? I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm right or wrong on that. But I definitely love this set. It'd be great to get that crab droid, and I definitely love the minifigures in this set. I definitely could see this set going probably for a nice like $80 to $90. I want this set to be pretty decent size. I don't want a really scaled down YWing. I want it to be pretty decent size, but obviously affordable for a lot of people. What an amazing set. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright guys, the next set that we're going to be talking about today is the duel on Mandalore. I really love this set. I know LEGO made a Darth Maul versus Ahsoka duel on Mandalore set, I think a couple years back, but obviously in the set you would get 3 solid minifigures. Of course, an updated Chancellor Palpatine with the 2 red lightsabers. Of course, you would get Darth Maul, and then a updated Savage Opress, which we haven't had since the Clone Wars times. And the duel itself looks really nice. You would get, of course, I think a couple of chairs, and then the throne and the glass paneling around the set. It really reminds me of the one I think that we got back in 2021, but obviously this set would be a little bit bigger, which I would love to have. And honestly, you would get some great minifigures. I'm more in love with the minifigures than the actual set. I definitely could see the set going for around $30 or $40. I would love to see maybe 1 or 2 more minifigures included in the set, maybe just a little bit more scenery included in the set as well, maybe some Darth Maul super commandos, or just some Mandalorian loyalists that we don't see very often. The set itself, I think, has some good detail. I would love to see maybe just add a little bit of extra flooring or something like that just really shows off that throne room. If you've seen the Clone Wars episodes, you know how amazing that throne room is, so I would love to see that. What an amazing set. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright guys, you know what time it is. It is meme set time. Today on the left we have the normal Admiral Akbar minifigure, and on the right we have Admiral Squat Bar. What an amazing minifigure. I would love to get buff Admiral Akbar. Just imagine like seeing him in the original trilogy looking all buff like that. That would be absolutely hilarious. Of course, he is wearing that hawk size body, but just with his normal head on top, which I think is absolutely hilarious. You can still see that Admiral status on his chest area, which I think is awesome. I definitely want an updated Admiral Akbar minifigure, but also to have Admiral Squat Bar, that would be absolutely hilarious. I would love to see this maybe for the May 4th promo or thrown in some random meme set, but we all know LEGO is never going to do that, which is highly disappointing, but we can always have hope. I love Admiral Squat Bar, and I'm hoping LEGO makes him very soon. Now let's move on to our next set. Alright lads, the next set that we're going to be talking about today is the Republic Medical Frigate. This is a really cool ship, and honestly, I'm surprised LEGO hasn't made this yet. You can see the full interior, which I think is pretty nice. Obviously, those panels could both pop up, and you can have, your medical bay and your pilots and all your minifigures in there doing different tasks, which I think is awesome. awesome. The exterior itself looks pretty cool. I love the different colors. Brick Wizard used, of course, you have red, white, a little bit of tan, and of course the engines, which is more of a greenish color. I feel like the engines are pulled straight from the Rebel Frig, I think back in 2015 or 2016. The minifigure selection looks pretty decent. It looks like you would have Mace Windu, a young Admiral Yularen. It looks like you would get 1 or 2 Camino guards. Obviously, we've never had Camino guards before, so that'd be pretty cool. Of course, you would get 1 or 2 clone pilots. You know, it's like, it's a clone pilot, but I'll take it to add it to the clone army. And it looks like you would get 1 or 2 B1 battle droids, which I think is a nice inclusion, but I would love to see maybe a B2 super battle droid or a BX commando droid or a droidica or something like that, or maybe a Magna Guard. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. But I love this set. I definitely could see it going for around that $90 to $100 mark, just depending on how big this set actually is and how many minifigures LEGO decides to throw in here. I really love the minifigure lineup, and I'm really hoping LEGO makes this set one day. Congratulations, guys. You have made it to the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I had a fun time putting it together, and I definitely think LEGO needs to make some of these awesome Clone Wars sets. Shout out to Brick Wizard 59 and Star Wars Photoshop for making these awesome sets. I'll put a link to their Instagrams down in the description below. If you guys enjoyed today's video or you're new to the channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. You would help out the channel big time, and honestly, you would make my day. Also, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Again, I'd really appreciate it. You would help out the video big time. I know I say that a lot, guys, but it really would mean a lot. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.